Where is that? Okay. So there is one acronym by which you can remember the first chapter. Maybe I'll share with you maybe sometime later. I have the PPT to share also, but you can just remember. So entire first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, if you wish to remember, then you can remember this acronym doubt. DOUBT, doubt. So what is DOUBT, doubt? So we know there are how many shlokas in first chapter?
42.
Yeah, around 46 shlokas are there in first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 46. So if you divide it into 5 parts, DOUBT, doubt. So the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita begins with Dhritarashtra Vacha. So let me give you some statistical information about Bhagavad Gita. Some of you may be knowing all of these things, but I thought sometimes some categories. So we know there are two kinds of scripture. One is called as Shruti and one is called as Smriti. So Vedas are considered to be like a Shruti. Vedas are called as Shruti. Shruti means what? Shruti is something which is directly spoken by Lord. That is called as Shruti. And Smriti. Smriti means something which is understood by the great devotee. It is applied by the great devotees. They have contemplated on, meditated on, and then given for the welfare of public. That is called as Smriti. So Shruti means directly heard from the Lord or directly spoken by the Lord. That is called as Shruti. So some people, they consider Smriti to be lower than Shruti. They say Smriti is lower. Why Smriti is lower? Because actually it was not spoken directly by Lord. It was spoken by someone else, and someone else can give a different meaning also. So they think Smriti to be lower than Shruti. From technical perspective, it is okay. Means that we can say, okay, Smritis are not spoken by Lord. But if you have to understand, scriptures are not something scriptures are not something which are mere textual language. The scriptures are symphony of realizations. Scriptures are symphony of realizations. So scriptures are understood by realizations of those people who have realized that shlokas. So that's why we say na science of self-realization. That's why Smriti is not lower. Just by reading Gita, if we would have understood everything, it's very difficult. We need a person who is a realized Vaishnava. And when a realized Vaishnava speaks, those realizations enter into our heart. So Smriti are realized texts, and they are generally put in the form of a story, or they are put in form of itihas or something like that. So from definition point of view, my question to all of you now, Gita is a Smriti or is Gita a Shruti?
Shruti.
What do you say?
Both.
Is
Both.
Gita a Shruti or is Gita a Smriti?
Prabhuji, I think both.
How both?
One is it's spoken by Krishna directly to the Arjuna, and second maybe it is written by Vyasdeva.
Sorry, who is speaking, Prabhu? I could not understand.
Vaibhav Prabhu. Vaibhav.
Oh, Vaibhav Prabhu, sorry. Yeah. So one is, it is spoken by Sanjaya. It is remembered. Live telecast is happening. Right now, live telecast. And so that's why it is Smriti also in one way. And then Shruti because it is directly spoken by Krishna. Again, similarly as Vyasdeva has written it in form of Mahabharata, it can be considered Smriti also. But we are repeating the message directly by Krishna. That's why Bhagavad Gita is also accepted among the wider circle as Shruti. It is also called as Upanishads. So Gita is also sometimes referred as Gita Upanishad. So we know Gita comes in the Mahabharata in a chapter called as Bhishma Parva. Bhishma Parva, and from 25 to 42 chapters of Mahabharata, or sometimes so 18 chapters in Bhishma Parva of Mahabharata, they are called as Gita. So sometimes some scholars they do little different 18 chapters. They range from Mahabharata little different. Some scholars may do little different, but overall there are 18 chapters in Bhagavad Gita, and this 18 chapters. some shlokas may vary here there. So if you just to give information, who all are the speakers in Bhagavad Gita? Can somebody tell how many different speakers are there? Like we say, na Shri Bhagavan Uvacha, like that. Who all Uvacha comes in Bhagavad Gita?
Sanjay Uvacha, Dhritarashtra
Okay,
Uvacha,
Sanjay Uvacha. One Sanjay Uvacha. Second,
Dhritarashtra
Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Okay, third,
Arjuna
Uvacha,
Arjuna Uvacha. Fourth,
Bhagwan Uvacha.
Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. So there are 700 shlokas. So 575 shlokas are spoken by Lord Shri Krishna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. 575 shlokas were spoken by Lord Krishna. And Krishna starts speaking in which chapter? Krishna doesn't start speaking for a long time. If you see Krishna starts speaking in which chapter?
Second.
Second chapter. In first chapter, there is only one thing which is mentioned. Okay. Just see who all are there. That too is also Sanjay Uvacha is there one way. Like Krishna took him to all the armies and all. So if you see, there is no Krishna Uvacha. Krishna speaks. So somebody may question, if Krishna is not speaking in the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita, shall we consider the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita to be Gita or no? Why it should be? It is not spoken by Lord. It is spoken by Sanjaya, Dhritarashtra and Arjun. It is not spoken by Lord Krishna. So shall we consider that to be the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita or no?
That's because there is the inquisitiveness from God. Questions arising about the things.
So our Vyasdev, he has made it into part of like that Bhishma Parva. That is also considered Bhagavad Gita because something which is what we say directly connected with Lord, that is assisting. It is like it is in a proximity. It is proximity to something what has happened. Like let's say Narendra Modi gave lecture in an ISKCON NVCC temple. Suppose if it is mentioned that Narendra Modi came and gave lecture at ISKCON NVCC temple, there are certain things which are very important to be known. Why he came to ISKCON NVCC? By the way, in which lecture hall, which temple hall did he give a lecture in temple hall? Did he give a lecture in Bhaktivedanta hall? Did he give, and who was the audience, by the way? To whom? Did he give lecture to youths or did he give lecture to Brahmachari class or what did he give? Or did he give lecture to the politicians? So something which is very in the proximity, that is also considered to be very important. So that's why, so if you see there are how many shlokas spoken by Krishna? There are 575 shlokas which are spoken by Krishna. Remaining how many?
120.
So remaining 125 shlokas. So in 125 shlokas, 83 shlokas are spoken by Arjuna Uvacha. 83. So 83 are like Shri Arjuna Uvacha. And if you see, Arjuna also doesn't speak much. Only in little bit in chapter number 1, chapter number 11, and little bit few shlokas here and there. Otherwise, Arjuna also doesn't speak. Mainly Krishna is speaking and Arjuna in between inquires. So now how many shlokas remaining, Prabhu?
62. No, 42.
Hmm?
42.
42 shlokas remaining. So 42 shlokas are spoken by someone else. Who are those someone else? Sanjay Uvacha and Dhritarashtra Uvacha. Sanjay Uvacha, Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So these are all. So Sanjay Uvacha कहाँ पे आया बाबा? कौन से चैप्टर में आता है संजय उवाच?
पहले और आखिरी, फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट. फर्स्ट एंड लास्ट.
बस लास्ट में कितने अराउंड कितने श्लोकास?
Many shlokas are there.
That's why 41 shlokas are being spoken by Sanjaya. So in first chapter he speaks. In second chapter also Sanjay speaks. In 11th chapter also Sanjay speaks. And in 18th chapter also Sanjay speaks. Like that 41 shlokas by Sanjay. And there is one famous shloka, only one shloka. And by that, which one? That is spoken by Dhritarashtra Uvacha. That is which one? That will become famous for lifelong. Everyone will remember Dhritarashtra Prabhu. That is 1.1. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So just imagine the Bhagavad Gita is beginning with Dhritarashtra. Kya famous ho gaya na Dhritarashtra? Beginning with Dhritarashtra. That is Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So today, what we say, we'll try to read the first shloka of Bhagavad Gita, that is Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So as I mentioned, you can remember this acronym DOUBT. So exact technical classification I'll give later. How many shlokas, what. So D stands for, the first chapter, D stands for Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan. So the first 10 shlokas, the first 10 or 12 shlokas, they are speaking mainly about Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan. So Duryodhan is speaking, Dhritarashtra is speaking, that is first 10 shlokas. Second O stands for ominous results, omnious results. That omnious result means clear-cut results are visible, that there are signs of victory, who is going to win. So already the signs of victory are already given in the next 10 shlokas. Then U, despite of clear-cut results, U stands for uncertainty. Uncertainty. There is an uncertainty that who will win the match. And the B stands for bewilderment of Arjuna. Arjuna is getting bewildered. And T stands for turning point. So again, I recollect. D stands for Dhritarashtra and Duryodhan. O stands for omnious results. Omnious results means the signs of victory are there. Like शंख बजाया जा रहा है, ये शंख बजा रहे हैं, वो शंख बजा रहे हैं, क्लियर कट दिख रहा है कि कौन जीतने वाला है. लेकिन तो भी यू मतलब अनसर्टेनिटी आ गया है, कुछ तो अनसर्टेनिटी आ गया है उसमें. क्यों? क्योंकि अर्जुन बिविल्डर होने वाला है. बी, तो अर्जुन का बिविल्डरमेंट आने वाला है. और टी, अर्जुन के जीवन में एक टर्निंग पॉइंट आने वाला है. तो DOUBT. अगर आपको फर्स्ट चैप्टर का समरी मांगा जाए, क्या अध्याय है फर्स्ट चैप्टर में, तो बस DOUBT. सो टुडे विल बिगिन विद द फर्स्ट श्लोका, वेरी फर्स्ट श्लोका ऑफ भगवद गीता, दैट इज धृतराष्ट्र उवाच. धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
समवेतायुयुत्सवः
समवेतायुयुत्सवः
पामकाः पाण्डवाश्चैव
पाण्डवाश्चैव
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे
समवेतायुयुत्सवः
समवेतायुयुत्सवः
मामका पाण्डवाश्चैव
पाण्डवाश्चैव
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
किमकुर्वत सञ्जय.
So Dhritarashtra Uvacha. So here you see there are two parts to this shloka. So you can maybe say one point A and one point B. Like Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yutsava. So Mamakaha Pandavastheva Kim Akurvata Sanjaya. So first the Dharmakshetre Kurukshetre. So if you see here, the word Kshetra is used. Kshetra means what? Kshetra means area. Kshetra also means Khetra. Khetra means khet. Khet. So it is said धर्म का खेत. कोई चीज, कोई अगर खेती, धर्म की खेती हो रही है, तो धर्म की खेती में क्या उगेगा? जैसे हम बोलते हैं गन्ने की खेती है, तो गन्ने की खेती में क्या उगेगा? गन्ना उगेगा. राइस की खेती में राइस उगेगा. और धर्म की खेती हो रही है तो क्या उगेगा? धर्म उगेगा. अगर गन्ने के खेती में व्हीट उगना चालू हो जाए तो उसको क्या माना जाएगा? अनवांटेड. दिस इज अनवांटेड, क्योंकि खेती किसकी है? वो गन्ने की खेती है. तो अगर व्हीट भी उगेगा ना तो उसको फेंक के निकाल दिया जाएगा, क्योंकि दिस इज अनवांटेड, क्योंकि वो गड़बड़ करेगा खेती के अंदर. सो धर्म की खेती में धर्म क्षेत्र कुरुक्षेत्र. तो कुरुक्षेत्र अगर हम देखा जाए तो इसको बोला गया है धर्म क्षेत्र. सो आप में से कोई कुरुक्षेत्र गया है? बाय द वे, एनीवन ऑनलाइन में से आप में से कुरुक्षेत्र कोई जाके आया है? तो कुरुक्षेत्र को बाय द वे धर्म क्षेत्र क्यों बोला जाता है? ऐसा क्या खास था उधर? कुछ है कुरुक्षेत्र में, कुछ है क्या?
Multiple things have happened in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Not able to recall, but many of the things have happened in the same land, so it is called as the.
Yes, Rohit Prabhu. Sorry, your voice is too less, Prabhu.
Sorry. Parashuram, Srila Parashuram had did tapasya there for a long time, and that's
Okay.
why it was called.
Yeah. So there are many holy places there. And from long time, people have been going to perform rituals there. And there are many other historical significance of Kurukshetra is there. I am also not able to recollect. So here it is mentioned that Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre Samaveta Yuyutsavah. Now, if you see, Krishna has given such a wonderful setting to the beginning of Bhagavad Gita. Such a wonderful setting. So it is said Bhagavad Gita is like a nectar which is coming from mouth of Lord Krishna, and just to deliver this nectar, huge setting is made. कितना खतरनाक setting. जैसे कि आप लोग में से कितने लोगों ने इस्कॉन एनवीसीसी में जन्माष्टमी मनाई है? आपने कभी जन्माष्टमी सेलिब्रेट की है इस्कॉन एनवीसीसी में? तो एक अलग उसका माहौल रहता है, देखा है आपने? 1 महीने पहले टेंट लगना चालू हो जाता है, पंडाल बनाना चालू होता है, कंस्ट्रक्शन शुरू होता है, और झूमर लगते हैं, और सब जगह लाखों लाखों इनविटेशंस, और व्हाट्सएप पे, इंस्टाग्राम पे सब जगह वायरल न्यूज आती है। और स्पेशली जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा होती है, तो पूरे जगन्नाथ रथ यात्रा के समय में भी ऐसे हाथी, घोड़े, पालकी, रथ बनता है। एक ऐसा ग्रैंडियर होता है उसका, बहुत अलग माहौल होता है, राइट ना? इवन किसी की आप में से किसी की शादी हुई है या शादी होने वाली है या शादी आपने देखी है, तो शादी के पहले एक स्पेशल माहौल होता है ना? पूरा शॉपिंग का माहौल होता है, घर पे अलग अलग न्यू अच्छा खाना बनता है, फेस्टिवल्स मनाए जाते हैं। क्यों? ऐसा एक स्पेशल एक्साइटमेंट क्रिएट करता है। तो सोचो, भगवद गीता देने के पहले भी भगवान ने क्या एक्साइटमेंट किया होगा क्रिएट। कितने लोग थे? 64 अक्षौहिणी 18 अक्षौहिणी सेना, 18 अक्षौहिणी सेना मतलब मोर देन करोड़, 64 करोड़ लोग असेंबल्ड है उस मैच में। लाइक इमेजिन करो, अगर आप में से कोई क्रिकेट मैच देखने गया है स्टेडियम पे। मैं एक बार गया था, स्टेडियम में गया था क्रिकेट मैच देखने स्टेडियम में गए, तो एक्चुअल में कुछ दिखता नहीं प्रभु, वेस्ट ऑफ टाइम है वो। कुछ दिखता नहीं, इतना दूर से उधर जाके टीवी पे देखना पड़ता है, वो मैच भी टीवी पे देखना पड़ता है। लेकिन एक ऐसा चीयर अप माहौल होता है ना प्रभु, जब एक स्टेडियम था, आई थिंक उसमें 25,000 या 30,000 लोग थे, और कुछ कुछ स्टेडियम में 1 लाख लोग बैठ सकते हैं, 1 लाख लोग बैठ सकते हैं। तो 1 लाख लोग जब किसी क्रिकेट मैच को देखने जा रहे हैं, तो क्या माहौल बनेगा? पूरा चीयर्स और आवाज निकलता है, एकदम पॉपकॉर्न खा रहे लोग, और ऐसा एक्साइटमेंट हो रहा है, टॉस कौन जीता उसके ऊपर पूरा। इट्स लाइक सच्चा एक्साइटमेंट। एंड पूरा मैच की सबका सबका अटेंशन एक ही जगह पर है। अभी 1 लाख लोग, तो सोचो महाभारत में 64 करोड़ लोग आए होंगे फाइटिंग करने के लिए। तो आप सोचो कितने हाथी आए होंगे, कितने घोड़े आए होंगे, कितने मिसाइल गन्स, कितने वो आर्मर्स और राजा, और कितना सोना। मतलब सोचो क्या क्या प्रिपरेशन हुआ होगा, क्योंकि महाभारत होने के पहले इतना बड़ा बैकग्राउंड प्रिपरेशन, इतने सारे घोड़े इकट्ठा करना, इतने सारे हाथी इकट्ठा करना, और वो जब घोड़े जा रहे होंगे, हाथी जा रहे होंगे, तो क्या एकदम पूरा इट विल बी लाइक अ नंबर 1 टॉक ऑफ न्यूज। आज तक न्यूज का सबसे टॉप मोस्ट न्यूज होगा, रोज उसके टेलीकास्ट होता होगा, कितने हाथी गैदर हुए हैं, इतना गैदर हुआ है, क्या क्या हुआ है। इतने सारे सेटिंग के बीच में ये श्लोक आ रहा है। तो ऐसे देखा जाए तो आचार्य कहते हैं ये श्लोक एक एक तरह से देखा जाए तो इट्स इररिलेवेंट श्लोक है। इररिलेवेंट श्लोक का मतलब क्यों? तो चैतन्य चंद्र एक एकदम फेमस एग्जांपल देते हैं। जस्ट इमेजिन, इंडिया और पाकिस्तान का मैच चालू है, और एकदम आई डोंट नो क्या नाम था उसका, सबसे फेमस बॉलर पाकिस्तान का एक था एक समय में। नहीं नहीं, एक बहुत फेमस बॉलर था, शोएब अख्तर नाम का एक हमारे टाइम पे था, आप लोग जानते होंगे मुझे पता नहीं। और सचिन तेंदुलकर, ये दोनों का जब बैटिंग और बॉलिंग आता था तो पूरा वर्ल्ड उतना ही देखता था, बस उतना देखने के लिए। ओपनिंग बैट्समैन और ओपनिंग बॉलर। सो पूरा मैच रेडी हो गया है, लाख लोग खत्म बैठ गए, सचिन ऑलरेडी स्ट्राइक पे आ गया है, बैट भी उसके हाथ में है, उसने बैट को किस भी कर दिया है। और अभी टॉस भी इंडिया जीत गया है। और अभी डिस्कस क्वेश्चन आ रहा है कि जब इंडिया और पाकिस्तान क्रिकेट स्टेडियम में गए, इतने सारे लाख लोग मैच देखने गए, तो उधर जाके उन्होंने क्या किया? अभी ये पूछने वाला प्रश्न है, क्या किया मतलब? सचिन ने बैटिंग किया होगा, शोएब ने बॉलिंग किया होगा, यही सब होने वाला है। लेकिन यहाँ पे ये बेसिकली इस प्रकार की बात हुई। सारे अगर हमने सोचा कि निर्जल एकादशी थी, निर्जल एकादशी के बाद भक्तों लोग प्रसादम हॉल में गए, प्रसादम प्लेट में उनके पास प्रसादम गिरा, और एकदम हाई क्लास फीस्ट था, फास्ट ब्रेकिंग का टाइम खत्म हुआ, और भक्तों ने क्या किया? अब बोलोगे प्रभु ये क्या पूछने वाली बात है, प्रभु क्या किया? दैट एवरीवन नोस, क्या किया, ये सब पूछने की बात नहीं है। लेकिन अनसर्टेनिटी थी यहाँ पे। क्या अनसर्टेनिटी है? कुछ तो गड़बड़ है, धृतराष्ट्र को टेंशन आ रहा है कि नहीं, कुछ तो गड़बड़ होने की संभावना है। क्यों संभावना है? तो यहाँ पे धर्म क्षेत्र, क्योंकि ये जो प्लेस है ये नॉर्मल प्लेस नहीं है, जहाँ पे मैच खेली जा रही है वो है धर्म क्षेत्र, कुरुक्षेत्र। तो इस सेट की धर्म, तो ये धर्म की खेती है। जो धर्म की खेती में बाकी सारी चीजों की खेती को उड़ा दिया जाएगा। तो उसी प्रकार यहाँ पे क्लियरली पहले ही बता दिया है कि यहाँ पे धर्म की खेती होने वाली है। जो तो अधार्मिक लोग है उसको निकाल के फेंक दिया जाएगा। ओके, कैन समवन रीड द ट्रांसलेशन प्रो? ट्रांसलेशन प्लीज रीड, whomever you have appointed. Tejas,
Yes, bro. Uh,
आपका है क्या?
yes, bro. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the plains of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desiring to fight, what did they do? Purport, sir? Echo, are you getting echo?
Yes.
Echo, है, sir. Yes.
उधर से बोलो।
Prabhuji, you are not sharing screen.
Okay, so you can share screen, Prabhu. Tejas, Prabhu.
Purport.
Bhagavad Gita is a widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in Bhagavad Gita itself. In the way teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand the Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom and all scripture of the world. One will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is a perfect theistic science because it is directly spoken of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. Continue. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya, as described in the Mahabharata, form basic principle for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of Vedic age. It was spoken by Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the Supreme Personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for the strong engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want to compromise between the cousins and brothers, and he wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Because of the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as a place of worship, even for the denizens of heavens, Dhritarashtra became very fearful after the influence of holy place on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the son of Pandu favorably, because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjaya was a student of Vyas, and therefore by the mercy of Vyas, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield.
Yeah, so here one point we find is Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. Then again it will come, the next part of Purport. So for this much part of Purport was focusing on Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. And now the next part of Purport will focus on Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. So this shloka can be divided into two parts. The first line, this much Purport, and second line, this much, the remaining Purport. So if you see, here it is said Dharma Kshetra, Kurukshetra. So influence of a holy place, so any place where we are staying, it has a great influence on all of us. Like sometimes we know, India is playing match. Suppose there is a cricket match happening in India. then there are great chances that India, because it is home ground for them. So home ground में generally जिस टीम का क्रिकेट हो रहा है वो जीतने का चांसेस ज्यादा होता है. तो उसी प्रकार, so here from this we can understand how much place a sthanam plays. Sthanam, whether our sthan is very proper or not, because sthanam affects our consciousness. Sthanam uses shakti. So similar, one simple example we can understand that like when we are practicing devotional service in association of devotees, how easy it becomes to practice bhakti. And when we are not practicing bhakti in association of devotees, the simple activities become so difficult. Like I remember when I'm staying in temple, when I'm in different association of good sangha, even sometimes 32 rounds, 64 rounds become like a cakewalk on Ekadashi. Especially when I'm in temple, even 64 rounds japa becomes like a cakewalk. But if I'm out of temple many times, when I'm out for services, book distribution here, there, the 16 round itself appears like a wow, it's like a mountain, Mount Everest climb karna jaisa ho jata hai. And what to ask about those who are staying at home, and especially without association of devotee, even very difficult without sangha to practice bhakti. So all of us need a very good sangha. So in short, if we can something lesson to learn from this is bhakti means bhakta sangha. अगर भक्ति को सिंपली डिफाइन करना है, भक्तों का संग को ही भक्ति बोला जाता है. तो अगर आपको बाकी एक डिवोटी मुझे लॉकडाउन में फंस गए थे, तो कुछ पहले हमारे साल पहले डिवोटीज लॉकडाउन में फंस गए थे बहुत घर पे. तो बेचारा एक डिवोटी बहुत कंप्लेन कर रहा था, प्रभु जी मेरा माला भी बहुत मुश्किल से हो रहा है. प्रभु जी चारों नियम ऑलमोस्ट ब्रेक होने के वर्ष पे आ गए हैं प्रभु जी. बाद में बस फॉल डाउन से थोड़ा ही दूर हूँ प्रभु जी. बस बोले क्या करना चाहिए प्रभु जी. प्रभु जी ऐसे सिचुएशन में जहां पर माया इतनी अफेक्ट कर रही है, कैसे भक्ति की जाए, पूछ रहा था. तो मैं बोला प्रभु, उसके डिवोटी उसके काउंसलर से डिस्कस किया. वो बोला प्रभु और कोई ऑप्शन नहीं है, आपको इंस्टेंटली आईसीयू में आना पड़ेगा, इंस्टेंटली भाग के आना पड़ेगा. देयर इज नो अदर ऑप्शन. विदाउट भक्त संगा भक्ति इज ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल. तो कई बार डिवोटीज पूछते हैं प्रभु मेरा जप नहीं हो रहा है, मेरा रीडिंग नहीं हो रहा है, मेरा साधना नहीं हो रहा है, मेरा मन नहीं लग रहा है, सारे बुरे डिजायर्स आ रहे हैं. सबसे पहला क्वेश्चन नहीं पूछना चाहिए, क्या आपका स्थानम प्रॉपर है क्या. अगर हम वाइब्रेंट डिवोटीज के एसोसिएशन में नहीं रह रहे हैं तो हमारा वाइब्रेंट भक्ति ऑलमोस्ट इम्पॉसिबल है. तो अच्छा भक्ति करने का सबसे पहला सूत्र वही है कि एम आई सिचुएटेड इन अ वाइब्रेंट संगा, बिकॉज संगा अफेक्ट्स अस. if we are just associating with materialistic people, then only political katha, this katha, materialistic katha, these are going to come, and same way our consciousness will develop. So similarly, if you are staying in association of devotee, naturally devotional desires will develop. So Dhritarashtra here was very fearful. He said, अरे मुझे डर है. मुझे किस चीज का डर है पता है? मुझे डर है कि मेरे जो बच्चे जो एकदम पापी लोग हैं, जो इतने डिप्लोमेटिक लोग हैं, पॉलिटिकल लोग हैं, लेकिन वो लोग भूल से धाम में चले गए फाइट करने. फाइटिंग जो है वो धाम में हो रही है, तो धाम का उन पे अच्छा इन्फ्लुएंस तो नहीं पड़ेगा. वो अचानक बोलना चालू कर देंगे कि अरे लगता है हम फाइट का एनिमिटी छोड़ देते हैं हम, क्योंकि धाम का एक पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट पड़ता है. तो धृतराष्ट्र को टेंशन आ रहा था ऐसा ना हो जाए कि वो लोग फाइटिंग करना छोड़ दे, क्योंकि यहाँ पे धृतराष्ट्र का एक बहुत इनर इंटेंशन है. क्योंकि प्रॉब्लम क्या हुआ था, जैसे हम जानते हैं महाभारत के स्टोरी में विचित्र वीर्य की शादी जो हुई थी अंबालिका उनसे हुई थी. लेकिन विचित्र वीर्य जो है, एंड दे वर वेरी लविंग वाइफ्स, अंबालिका दे वर वेरी लविंग वाइफ्स टू विचित्र वीर्य. बट अनफॉर्चुनेटली विचित्र वीर्य डाइड इन द बैटल विदाउट गिविंग एनी किंग. So that time Vichitra Veera did not leave any son in the this lineage. And that time Satyavati was in very great tension. Satyavati being the mother of the entire dynasty, she was in Kaurava dynasty, she was very in tension that there is no king to rule. And then that time Satyavati said, okay, in absence of husband, there is a rule allowed, which is not allowed in Kali Yuga, in Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, that a wife can beget a child through his brother, Devar. Devarana Suto Utpatti. That is Vivarjayat. In Kali Yuga, it is Vivarjayat. It is not allowed. But Devar can also give child to wife. And it is considered to be the child of brother only. It is not considered to be the child of Devar. So then Satyavati said, okay, we'll invite the Devar. Now, then Ambika and Ambalika, she was little upset But she said, okay, anyway, we don't have any child. So she was very excited earlier. She thought Devar means who? Bhishma Pitama. She said, okay, through Bhishma Pitama, I am going to get a child. So she started thinking, okay, Bhishma Pitama is such a great devotee of Lord, such a great warrior and very righteous person. So I don't have problem. So she was ready to give birth to a child. But suddenly she saw what? She saw someone else only came. Bhishma Pitama did not come to beget a child. Some other Devar has come, which she was not aware. And that time, who had come? Vyasdev. And Vyasdev had just come from jungle, from his tapasya. She was looking so dirty. Smell was coming out from his body. And the locks of hair were there, beard was there. And just by looking at him, अंबिका एंड अंबालिका दे गॉट शॉक. अरे इनके द्वारा मुझे बच्चा उत्पन्न करना है. बाप रे, बहुत डर गए वो. एंड बट शी कुड नॉट से एनीथिंग. एंड व्हेन शी सॉ व्यासदेव, दैट टाइम व्हाट हैपेंड, ऑलमोस्ट चिल्लाने के मूड में आ गई थी वो. बस उन्होंने अपने इमोशंस को कंट्रोल किया था, आंखें बंद कर दी डर के मारे कि कौन आ गया है इनके द्वारा बच्चा. उन शी सेड सच अ पर्सन इज गोइंग टू टच मी. ही सेड मुझे इतना डर लग रहा है. एंड दैट टाइम, बिकॉज ऑफ हर फियरफुलनेस लाइक दैट, शी क्लोज्ड हर आईज. So that Vyasdev said, because you closed your eyes and while approaching, when you approached me, he said, your child will be born blind. And that's why Dhritarashtra was born blind, because of Ambika. Then Ambalika, she already knew कि ये काम नहीं करना है. मतलब अंबालिका को ऑलरेडी न्यूज चला गया था कि व्यासदेव के द्वारा पुत्र उत्पन्न करना है, भूल से भी आंखें बंद नहीं करनी है, इतना डरना नहीं है. तो अंबिका ने बहुत सेवा की, अंबालिका ने बहुत सेवा की उनकी, व्यासदेव की. और आंखें बंद तो नहीं की, लेकिन तो भी बहुत डरी हुई थी वो, क्योंकि बहुत डर के मारी, मतलब शी वॉज गिविंग बर्थ. एंड देन दैट्स वाई हु वाज born? Pandu was born. But Pandu was a good devotee. Pandu was a righteous person because Ambalika rendered seva. But problem happened was, because she was very, very fearful, Pandu was also born very weak. She was very weak, and that's why he was not very capable to rule the kingdom. Pandu was in one way not very proper person to rule the kingdom also. He was very weak in the body. And then third child, then Satyavati said, अरे दोनों ने आपने तो गड़बड़ कर दी, राजा बनने लायक पुत्र उत्पन्न नहीं किया. तो तीसरा उन्होंने फिर मेड सर्वेंट से लिया और एक चाइल्ड बैकअप में, कुछ तो अच्छा व्यक्ति चाहिए. तो मेड सर्वेंट ने पैदा चाइल्ड उत्पन्न किया. एंड देन दैट वाज हु? विदुर महात्मा. So Vidur Mahatma was born. So if you see, Dhritarashtra was blind by birth because of this reason. But Dhritarashtra was even blind spiritually. So what was the reason Dhritarashtra was blind spiritually? That was the reason, the main reason was attachment. Mamakaha Pandavaschaiva. So Dhritarashtra was very attached to Duryodhan. Very, very attached to Duryodhan. He knew Duryodhan is very wrong, but he was very attached. So if you see, material attachments make us blind. Why do we become blind to spiritual life? That the main reason is material attachments. Material attachments make us blind in spiritual life, the way Dhritarashtra became blind. So here we see, so the first part was the power of association, the power of influence of the place where we are doing the activity. Now second part of purport discusses about the attachments. Okay. Someone can read then, second part.
Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons as Kurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son, Duryodhana and others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious persons headed by Yudhishthir would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the words Dharmakshetra and Kurukshetra, apart from their historical and Vedic importance.
Yeah, so this is a part of purport, no? So Acharyas also give some special explanation that how did Arjuna become bewildered and fall into ignorance? So it is so this is from the Acharya commentary, what I am showing now. So certain things about Acharya from Acharya commentary is Kurukshetra is a place for worshipping Lord, and it is mentioned in many scriptures. Kurukshetra is a place which produces dharma, and so Dhritarashtra was fearful that because of association with a great place, Duryodhana may give up anger only, and Duryodhana's envy may also go away, and Duryodhana will follow the path of dharma. So Dhritarashtra was very fearful because Dhritarashtra could not become king. Dhritarashtra wanted to become king, but he was unfit to become king because he was born blind. Then Pandu Maharaj became the king, but Pandu Maharaj also was cursed, and Pandu Maharaj also had to give up the throne. So naturally, the person who was supposed to become the king was Yudhishthir Maharaj, his son. But Dhritarashtra had a great attachment to become king. So he started thinking, okay, if I am not able to become the king, no problem. At least my child should become the king. Through my child Duryodhana, I will enjoy kingdom. So this was so now that's why the Dhritarashtra requested Sanjaya that what is going to happen. So he was in a great depression that ऐसा तो ना हो जाए कि मैच खत्म हो जाए, क्योंकि अगर मैच खत्म हो गई तो मेरी जो मटेरियल डिजायर है राजा बनने की वो भी चला जाएगा, वो भी चली जाएगी. तो यहाँ पर जो क्षेत्र इस वर्ड का जो हिडन मीनिंग जो बताया है क्षेत्र का, दैट इज व्हाट, यहाँ पे ग्रेन्स ऑफ धर्मा उगते हैं और कोई नहीं, और कोई ग्रेन नहीं उगेगा यहाँ पर. और युधिष्ठिर महाराज जो है वो है धर्मराज, तो धर्मराज ही है युधिष्ठिर महाराज. तो ऐसा माना जाएगा कि उनका निश्चय, उनका जीत जो है पहले ही श्लोक में डिस्कस हो गया है कि हु इज गोइंग टू विन, दैट इज धर्मराज इज गोइंग टू विन. सो दिस वाज द, नाउ हियर इफ यू सी राजा, आगे जाके सेकंड श्लोक में वर्ड राजा आएगा. तो हम सेकंड श्लोक पढ़ेंगे अभी. सेकंड श्लोक, संजय उवाच
संजय उवाच
दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम्
दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकम्
व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा
व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा
आचार्यम् उपसंगम्य
आचार्यमुपसंगम्य
राजा वचनमब्रवीत्.
राजा वचनमब्रवीत्.
तो दृष्ट्वा तु पांडवानीकम्, सो पहला श्लोक धृतराष्ट्र और दूसरा श्लोक जो है वो कौन है, संजय उवाच. तो दृष्ट्वा तु पांडवानीकम्, तो इस प्रकार का जब देखा दुर्योधन ने, तो दुर्योधन को यहाँ पे वर्ड क्या बोला गया, राजा, राजा वचनम अब्रवीत. तो अगर दुर्योधन राजा है क्या, नहीं राजा नहीं है, लेकिन दुर्योधन को जो शब्द यूज किया गया कि राजा वचनम अब्रवीत, तो क्योंकि दुर्योधन को जो है धृतराष्ट्र को चाहिए था कि दुर्योधन जो है वो राजा बने, तो धृतराष्ट्र को थोड़ा सा जॉय देने के लिए संजय ने क्या वर्ड यूज किया, राजा वचनम अब्रवीत. अल्दो राजा तो बना नहीं है वो, लेकिन थोड़ा बोलने के लिए, जॉय देने के लिए बोला राजा ने ऐसा किया. तो यहाँ पर ट्रांसलेशन पढ़िए अपनू.
Sanjay said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in military format by the son of Pandu, King Duryodhan went to his teacher and spoke the following words.
Yeah, so he spoke the following words.
Sanjay said, seeing the array
Okay,
of
you can read the upper part.
Okay.
Yeah.
This Dhritarashtra was blind from birth. Unfortunately, he was also bereft of spiritual vision. He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion, and he was sure that they could never reach an understanding with the Pandavas, who were all pious since birth. Still, he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrim, and Sanjaya could understand his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Sanjay wanted therefore to encourage the despondent king and thus assure him that his son was not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of holy place. Sanjaya therefore informed that the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, had at once went to commander-in-chief Dronacharya inform him of the real position, although Duryodhana in mentioned as the king, he still had to go to the
Commander.
uh,
He still had to go to commander on account of seriousness of the situation.
seriousness of situation. He was therefore quite fit to be a politician, but Duryodhana diplomatic winner could not discuss the fear he felt that he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas.
Yeah. So if you see in the purport here, this is the purport. Now next comes Vishwanath Chandra Thakur's purport. So here if you see, the word Raja is being used. Raja. So Duryodhana was not Raja. Still, Sanjaya is referring to Duryodhana as Raja. The reason is, there is another meaning of word Raja, that is one who is very good in Rajniti. The person who is very good in Rajniti or in the political affairs or in the diplomacy is called as Raja. So the Sanjay said that Duryodhana is also referred to as Raja because he was a very, very political person. So you see, Duryodhana is going to Dronacharya. And now, after going to Dronacharya in the next verse, he is going to उपसाने वाला है द्रोणाचार्य को. क्या क्यों उपसाने वाले हैं? कैसे उपसाएंगे वो? द्रोणाचार्य जो उपसाने वाले हैं. यारे बेवकूफ, मतलब इनडायरेक्टली टीचर को इनडायरेक्टली ऐसा बता रहे हैं कि वो रिस्पेक्ट करने जा रहे हैं द्रोणाचार्य को, कि राजा टीचर के पास जाके गुरु को दंडवत प्रणाम करके, लेकिन इनडायरेक्टली उनको बोलने वाले हैं, थोड़ा सा पॉलिटिकली वो उनको ट्रिगर करने वाले हैं कि तुम बेवकूफ थे, तुमने गलती किया बहुत. क्या गलती किया तुमने? तुमने धृष्टद्युम्न को टीचिंग दिया. तो द्रोणाचार्य का स्टूडेंट था जिसका नाम था धृष्टद्युम्न, और धृष्टद्युम्न जो था वो बेटा किसका था? द्रुपद महाराज का. तो द्रुपद महाराज और द्रोणाचार्य का बहुत समय से एक एनिमिटी रहा है. उसका रीजन आपको पता होगा. क्या रीजन था उसका एनिमिटी का? कि एक बार जब द्रोणाचार्य और द्रुपद जो से साथ में गुरुकुल में पढ़ाई की है, और वो बहुत अच्छे अच्छे फ्रेंड्स थे. वो इतने अच्छे फ्रेंड्स थे, उन्होंने एक में को प्रॉमिस किया था कि हम दोनों हमेशा फ्रेंड्स रहेंगे. और आगे जाके द्रोणाचार्य जो है वो ब्राह्मण है और द्रुपद जो नेचुरली राजा बनने वाले हैं. एक ही साथ पढ़े लेकिन द्रुपद राजा बनने वाले हैं. तो द्रुपद महाराज ने मस्ती मस्ती में उनको बोल दिया कि आगे जाके अगर मैं बहुत अच्छा राजा बनूंगा ना, तो मैं तुमको मेरा आधा किंगडम दे दूंगा. तो द्रोणाचार्य बोले पक्का, ऐसा प्रॉमिस मत दिया करो क्योंकि मैं ब्राह्मण हूँ. बोले हाँ दे दूंगा दे दूंगा. तो फिर वो द्रोणाचार्य आगे जाके उनको जब नीड आई तो उन्होंने सोचा कि मुझे किंगडम तो नहीं चाहिए बट थोड़ा बहुत कुछ तो चाहिए था, धन. तो जब वो द्रोणाचार्य द्रुपद के पास गए तो द्रुपद उनको इग्नोर करने लगा. बोले कौन हो तुम बाय द वे? तुमको पता है कि मैं कौन हूँ? मैं इतना ग्रेट राजा, तुम तो एकदम हरी बोल ब्राह्मण, कुछ आधा किंगडम की बात कर रहे हो क्या? थोड़ा भी नहीं मिलेगा तुम्हें. एंड देन द्रोणाचार्य फेल्ट वेरी डिसरिस्पेक्टेड. एंड देन वी नो द्रोणाचार्य ने किसको भेजा? अर्जुन को भेजा, जो उनका स्टूडेंट था. और बुरी तरह द्रुपद महाराज को हराया गया. और उसके बाद बहुत बड़ा फाइटिंग हुआ, सब कुछ हुआ. एंड देन द्रुपद महाराज ने एक यज्ञ किया बदला लेने के लिए कि मैं एक ऐसे पुत्र का निर्माण करूंगा, ऐसा पुत्र प्राप्त करूंगा यज्ञ के द्वारा जो द्रोणाचार्य का वध करेगा. तो उन्होंने उनको दो चिल्ड्रन मिले. एक मिला द्रुपद महाराज को धृष्टद्युम्न और दूसरी मिली द्रौपदी. तो इस प्रकार से तो ये बात सबको पता थी कि धृष्टद्युम्न का जो जन्म है, द बर्थ ऑफ धृष्टद्युम्न इज ओनली फॉर वन पर्पस, दैट इज टू किल द्रुपद, सॉरी द्रोणाचार्य. स्टिल द्रोणाचार्य वाज अ वेरी लिबरल ब्राह्मण. उन्होंने अपने शत्रु को ही पूरा एजुकेशन दिया, कोई कॉम्प्रोमाइज नहीं किया. पूरा, दैट इज द नेचर ऑफ ब्राह्मण, कि अपने शत्रु को ही उसने पूरा का पूरा पढ़ाया. तो यहाँ पे जो दुर्योधन है वो बहुत एक्सपर्ट है पॉलिटिकल अफेयर्स में. तो अभी उनको टॉन्ट मारने वाले हैं वो. पढ़िए ये लास्ट वन पैराग्राफ, स्वप्निल प्रभु. दुर्योधन एक्सपर्ट इन पॉलिटिकल अफेयर्स.
Prabhuji, screen is not visible. Duryodhana, expert in political affairs or Rajniti, noted he was not actually the king, Raja. Seeing the arrangement of the troops of the Pandavas, personally approached the teacher Drona, who had given instruction to him from Dhanur Veda and spoke some words. He spoke a few brief words with the deep import, a special combination of the words. He had inner fear caused by seeing the strength of the Pandavas' troop, which is shown by him personally approaching Drona. But he attempted to hide that fear by showing that he had come personally out of respect to Guru. This act displayed his clever use of political Rajniti, which has been indicated by addressing him as Raja.
Yeah. So because he is a very good in Rajniti, he's a very political person. That's why he's addressed as Raja, although he's not Raja. So in the next shloka, we'll just cover, I think 5 shlokas today we'll cover. We have short time. So 2 more shlokas we'll quickly cover. Then maybe in the next week, I'll give little more details about this. Pashyataam Panduputraणाम्
पश्चराम पांडुपुत्राणाम्
Acharya Mahatim Chamum
आचार्य महत्मीचुं
Vyudam Drupadaputreण
युडं दुर्गपुत्रेण
Tava Shishyena
तव
Dhimata.
शिष्यर्मीमता
Yes, bro.
O my teacher, beyond the great army of the sons of Pandu, so expertly arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupad. Drupad. Purport. Duryodhana, a great diplomat, wanted to point out the defects of Dronacharya, the great Brahmana commander-in-chief. Dronacharya had some political quarrel with King Drupad, the father of Draupadi, who was Arjuna's wife. As the result of this quarrel, Drupad performed a great sacrifice by which he received the benediction, having a son who would be able to kill Dronacharya. Dronacharya knew this perfectly well, and yet as a liberal Brahmana, he did not hesitate to impart all his military secrets when the son of Drupada, Drishtadyumna, was entrusted to him for military education. Now on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Drishtadyumna took the side of the Pandavas, and he who arranged for their military phalanx. After having learned the art from Dronacharya, Duryodhana pointed out this mistake of Dronacharya so that he might be alert and uncompromising in the fighting. By this, he wanted to point out also that he should not be similarly lenient in battle against the Pandavas, who were also Dronacharya's affectionate students. Arjuna especially was his most affectionate and brilliant student. Duryodhana also wanted that such leniency in the fight would lead to defeat.
Yeah, so here we know that Arjuna was one of the very favorite students of Dronacharya. So here he wanted that he should not play a मतलब थोड़ा partiality नहीं करना चाहिए या थोड़ा अपना पूरा कम strength नहीं लगाना चाहिए. So that's why he. So if you see, I remember Drishtadyumna. So there is one devotee in our congregation. So once upon a time, he is the son of Krishna Kishore Prabhu. So all of you know Krishna Kishore Prabhu. So once upon a time, this Krishna Kishore Prabhu's child was in school. Earlier he was doing school. So his friends started teasing him. Are you don't watch Cartoon Network? You don't watch this? Do you know Pokemon? Do you know this? I don't know what all things they were telling. Do you know all these things? Then he said, Alright, what you are doing, wasting time. Then this Krishna Kishore Prabhu's child said, do you know Drishtadyumna? Do you know Prativindya? Do you know, even we don't know, how many of you know Prativindya? किसी को पता है प्रतिविंध्य? किसी को पता है श्रुतकीर्ति? कौन है श्रुतकीर्ति? आपने श्रुतकीर्ति नाम सुना है क्या?
Yes,
Shrutakirti
Prabhuji, one of the sons of Pandavas.
What he said is correct. Meghraj Prabhu said is he is one of the sons of Pandavas. So वो जो द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्र के नाम है ना, द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्र जो मारे गए, एक का नाम है प्रतिविंध्य, एक का नाम है ये श्रुतकीर्ति, और क्या नाम है हरिबोल मेघराज प्रभु? 2 के और?
Prabhuji, I only happen to know this.
Okay. So this is the 5 names of. So कितने कैरेक्टर्स है ना हमारे इसमें? तो वो डिवोटी बोला तुझे क्या पता है, तुझे क्या पोकेमोन ही पता है, ये पता है क्या बोले. ही वॉज वेरी वेल read in महाभारत. So Drishtadyumna was son of Drupad Maharaj, and he's very very intelligent because being taught by Dronacharya himself. So he's pointing out the mistake of teacher only. टीचर को टॉन्ट मार रहा है कि देख भाई तुमने ऑलरेडी गलती किया था पहले सिखा के आने में को, अभी तुम वापस गड़बड़ मत करना फाइट ना करने में. सो इन दिस वे इज ट्राइंग टू पॉइंट आउट. और अभी कितने पॉलिटिकल है दुर्योधन, आपको भी 4th वर्स और 5th वर्स में समझेगा कि हाउ पॉलिटिकल ही इज. जस्ट रीड वन मोर 4th वन, then maybe I think we'll have to keep some one question, some 5 minutes for question. 4th verse. अत्र शूरमहेशाश
अत्र शूरमहेशास
भीम अर्जुन समायुधि
भीमार्जुनसमायुधि
युयुधानो विराटश्च
विराटश्च
द्रुपदश्च महारथ.
द्रुपदश्च महारथः.
Here in this army are many heroic bowmen equal in fighting to Bhima and Arjuna. Great fighters like Yudhana, Virat and Drupad. Purport. Even though Drishtadyumna was not a very important obstacle in the face of Dronacharya's very great power in military art, there were many others who were causes of fear. They are mentioned by Duryodhana as a great stumbling block of the path of victory, because each and every one of them was formidable as Bhima and Arjuna. He knew the strength of Bhima and Arjuna, and thus he compared the others with them.
Basically पूरा उनका he is comparing the army. So you see the first chapter of Bhagavad Gita has been named by Srila Prabhupada as observing the army. So observing the army. So this is the way Srila Prabhupada renames it. But there are some other acharyas also who also rename it as Arjun Vishada Yoga, Arjuna's lamentation. So they rename the chapter of the first chapter because this naming of the chapters was not done by Krishna himself. It is not that Krishna spoke. अतो पंचमाध्याय अर्जुन को इस प्रकार से नहीं बोला है उन्होंने नॉर्मल कन्वर्सेशन के रूप में बोला है. क्या कृष्ण ने ऐसा नहीं बोला कि चलो मैं आपको अभी 18वां चैप्टर बताने वाला हूँ, अभी पहला श्लोक सुनो, ऐसा नहीं है. उन्होंने महाभारत के रूप में नेचुरली जो है बोलते गए और वो महाभारत का पार्ट बन गया 18 चैप्टर्स जो है इन्होंने. तो ये हमारे उसके बाद में अलग अलग आचार्यों ने इसको चैप्टर का नाम जो है वो अलग अलग दिया है. जैसे तो कुछ आचार्यों ने इसका नाम दिया है सैन्य निर्देशन, तो प्रभुपाद ने इसको रिफ्लेक्ट किया. सैन्य निर्देशन मतलब ऑब्जर्विंग द आर्मीज, दैट इज श्री प्रभुपाद ने उसको प्रेफर किया. दूसरे आचार्य ने उसको अर्जुन विषाद योग, अर्जुन का लैमेंटेशन योगा. सो दिस इज बीइंग यूज्ड बाय सम आचार्यस. सो नाउ अर्जुना इज बेसिक दुर्योधना इज कंपेयरिंग द आर्मी कि इनके पास कौन कौन है, हमारे पास कौन कौन है. और यहाँ पे वो बोलने वाले हैं कि इनके पास धृष्टकेतु है, चेकितान है, काशीराज है, कुंती भोज है, सैब्य है. तो इस प्रकार से वो अपने गुरु को बता रहे कि इनका आर्मी बहुत पावरफुल हो गया है. और लेकिन आगे जाके उनको बेसिकली ये दुर्योधन का डर है, दुर्योधन को डर लग गया है ऑलरेडी कि बाप रे बहुत डेंजर दिख रहा है सब कुछ. लेकिन वो अपना डर छुपाने के लिए फिर इस प्रकार से उनको उकसा रहे हैं. और यहाँ पे एक अच्छा पॉइंट आता है नेक्स्ट वर्स में, 6th वर्स में भी आता है कि युद्धमान्युश्च विक्रांत उत्तमौजश्च वीर्यवान सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयश्च सर्व एव महारथ. तो यहाँ पर आई जस्ट शेयर दिस वन स्मॉल इंफॉर्मेशन अबाउट महारथ. महारथी कौन होता है? हम किसी को बोलते हैं ना महारथी, अतिरथी, द्विरथी. तो इस परपट में प्रभुपाद आचार्य बताते हैं कि देर आर माइटी युद्धमान्यु, the very powerful Uttamauja, the son of Subhadra, and the sons of Draupadi. All these warriors are the great chariot fighters. तो 5 sons of Draupadi इनके नाम बताए गए. पढ़िए मेघराज प्रभु, इन 5 sons of द्रौपदी के 5 पुत्र के नाम पढ़िए.
Draupadi refers to 5 sons of Draupadi born from each of the Pandavas. Prativindya, Shrutasena, Shrutakirti, Shatanika, and Shrutakarma.
So yeah, these are the 5 names of Pancha Pandavas के 5 पुत्र. है ना? प्रतिविंध्य, श्रुतसेन, श्रुतकीर्ति, शतानिका and Shutakarma. These are the 5 names of the 5 sons of Pandavas. So here he's giving the list of all those people. And here one of the acharyas, they are mentioning, Sridhar Swami and Baldev Vidyabhushan, they are mentioning, what is Maharath? हम बोलते हैं ना, ये तो महारथी है प्रभु, महारथी. महारथी मतलब a person who can find with 10,000 people all together. 10,000 लोगों के साथ जब एक व्यक्ति युद्ध कर पाए, उसको कहते हैं महारथी. अतिरथी, अतिरथी मतलब जो 1,000 से ऊपर भी लोगों से फाइट कर पाए और 10,000 से नीचे के लोगों से फाइट कर पाए. मतलब 10,000 से नीचे, 1,000 से ऊपर, उनको क्या कहते हैं? अतिरथी. लेकिन अनलिमिटेड ट्रुप्स, मतलब रथ नहीं है, रथ के साथ नहीं, अनलिमिटेड लोगों के साथ फाइट कर सकता है, लेकिन रथ जो है वो इतने रथ के साथ फाइट कर सकता है. और रथी मतलब कौन? ये रथी है, मतलब ये केवल एक व्यक्ति एक रथ से फाइट कर सकता है, या तो बस एक व्यक्ति. और जो उससे भी कम फाइट कर पाता है, एक रथ से भी फाइट ना कर पाए अकेला, उसको कहते हैं अर्धरथ. अर्धरथ मतलब आधा रथ से फाइट कर सकता है वो. एक होता है रथी, एक होता है अतिरथी, और एक होता है महारथी. सो यहाँ पे ये 6 श्लोका में जो अर्जुन यूज करते हैं, सॉरी ये दुर्योधन एक वर्ड यूज कर रहे हैं कि देखो कितना खतरनाक सेना है इनका, मतलब बड़े बड़े लोग इनमें मतलब शामिल हो गए हैं. तो पूरा यहाँ पे बता रहे हैं इस प्रकार से. Okay, I think it's 8:10 now. We'll stop here. Any devotee has any question till now? So till from 7th verse onward, tomorrow we'll try to go a little more faster, from 7 to 12. So till now you see the first section of Bhagavad Gita, the first 12 verses are mainly about Dhritarashtra mentality and Duryodhana. How Duryodhana is boasting about himself. Now Duryodhana is boasting about himself. हमारे पास भी कोई कम नहीं है, हम भी उनसे बढ़कर हैं, हमारे पास भी बड़े बड़े योद्धा हैं, भीष्म हैं, ये कृपा है, बड़े बड़े. तो पहले फ्यू श्लोका जो है वो दुर्योधन और धृतराष्ट्र के बारे में है. आगे जाके साइंस ऑफ विक्ट्री आएगा, दैट इज O. सो DOUBT. तो अभी तक हम D पे हैं. ओके, एनी क्वेश्चंस प्रभु? यू कैन रेज योर हैंड्स और वांट टू आस्क, कैन अनम्यूट एंड स्पीक.
हरे कृष्ण गुरु जी. तुझे
Yes.
audible?
Who is speaking?
अभिनंदन.
कहाँ पे है? देख रहा हूँ मैं स्क्रीन पे. रेज हैंड किया करो, फिर दिख जाएगा मुझे.
Yes, sir.
यस प्रो, अब दिख गए. यस प्रो जी बोलिए.
So the Sanjay's role, like Prabhuji, he was a devotee of Lord, or he was just this side of the Dhritarashtra?
No, he was a devotee of Lord. Sanjay is referred to as devotee of Lord, and that is the reason he was awarded a special vision by Lord. So now somebody may say, why devotees of Lord were also on the side of adharma? Like there were many people in Mahabharata Yuddha. They were actually good personalities. They were dharmic personalities. Still they fought on the side of Duryodhana. The reason is like Bhishma Pitama, right? Bhishma Pitama. Even Dronacharya was also a very good person, but he also fought on the side of Duryodhana. Then there is an explanation of Shaibya, Chalva. There are many good personalities, those who fought, because according to the dharmic yuddha, it doesn't matter which party you fight. It doesn't matter. You can decide wherever you want to fight, because Kshatriya means they are supposed to fight. Whichever side, like IPL मैच होता है ना, IPL होता है, क्या होता है वो, अलग अलग टीम में जाओ, जो ज्यादा देगा भाव उधर जाओ, फाइट करो, अपना क्रिकेट मैच खेल के आओ. तो ये मिलिट्री में भी ऐसे ही होता है, जहां पे आपको जाना है जा सकते हो, अपना फाइट करो, धर्म के हिसाब से युद्ध करो, आपको हेवन मिलेगा. तो संजय वाज आल्सो गुड ग्रेट डिवोटी ऑफ लॉर्ड, but he chose to be, because he was assistant of personal secretary of Dhritarashtra. That's why he continued as personal secretary of Dhritarashtra, and he was given special vision, and he was disciple of also whom? He was disciple of Vyasdev. So he was a good, Vyasdev is a great devotee, himself is Lord. So he was given a special vision by Vyasdev also, like that it is mentioned about Sanjay. Yes, Proji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Yeah.
Proji.
Here, in case of Dronacharya and Drupada, so earlier they were good friends, but later on they were enemies. So if we want to take the context, of it in today's world, so how we can take that?
Yeah, context we can see the friendship generally for all friendships in the material world are generally selfishly motivated. The only selflessness happens in the community of devotees. If you see, because he became and also another is because Drupad Maharaj became very blind by money, the position which comes. So now also, if you see in the family members, there are fights between quarrels between brother only. What to speak about friends? Brother, father and child, because of property issues, they even have quarrels. So money makes people blind. In Srimad Bhagavatam, 8th canto and 10th canto, there are 10 disadvantages of money which is mentioned. 10 side effects of money. 10 disadvantages of possessing money are given in Srimad Bhagavatam. कि money, नलकुबेर section, कितने खतरनाक reasons है money कैसे व्यक्ति को बिगाड़ता है. तो यहाँ पर we can see that Drupad Maharaj also he did not keep his word and he was intoxicated by the opulence that time, and then there was an enmity which comes like that.
So money, and it could be like unwanted expectation. That could be also a reason.
Yes, Proji. Perfect. Ego.
Ego. Okay.
Also ego. Yes, Pro. Anyone else, Proji? Sahil Prabhu.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी, मुझे श्रुति और स्मृति में थोड़ा मतलब जनता की स्मृति ऐसा होता है कि वो मतलब एक्चुअल में हुआ है, बट वो इस द्वारा लिखा गया है, और स्मृति एक्चुअल में भगवान ने बोला है.
स्मृति मतलब, okay, I'll ask you a question. All of you to say. Vedas. Vedas are called as what? Vedas are श्रुति और स्मृति. श्रुति. श्रुति मतलब ऐसे वचन जो डायरेक्ट भगवान के मुंह से निकले, डायरेक्ट मुंह से निकले, मतलब लॉर्ड ने खुद बोले, उसको बोलते हैं श्रुति. स्मृति मतलब जो भगवान ने बोले किसी के द्वारा रिपीट किए गए, मतलब हमने रिकलेक्ट किया, रिकलेक्ट करके बोला कि ऐसा हुआ वैसा हुआ या ऐसे पास्ट टाइम्स हुए, तो उसको बोलते हैं स्मृति. स्मृति रिमेम्बरेंस. श्रुति मतलब डायरेक्ट बोले गए. तो वेदास में डायरेक्ट भगवान के इंस्ट्रक्शन है, राइट. उपनिषद में डायरेक्टली भगवान के इंस्ट्रक्शंस है. तो इसलिए बहुत सारे लोग जो है वो श्रुति को ही मानते हैं. तो यही एक कारण है. श्रील प्रभुपाद ने भी जब, क्योंकि अगर आप लर्नेड स्कॉलर्स में या संप्रदाय, जब आपको किसी ऑर्गेनाइज मतलब डिबेट करना है, तो डिबेट करते वक्त पीपल विल से मायावाद से भी डिबेट करना है, तो दे विल से अरे आप स्मृति में. तो श्रीमद् भागवतम क्या है? श्रुति है कि स्मृति है? साहिल प्रभु, श्रीमद् भागवतम क्या है?
स्मृति.
स्मृति.
महाभारत क्या है?
स्मृति.
ओके. और पुराणास क्या है? पुराणास, पद्म पुराण, गद्य पुराण. स्मृति. तो ईशोपनिषद क्या है?
श्रुति.
समझ गया? तो जो उपनिषद और वेदास जो है जनरली वो श्रुतिज होता है, जो डायरेक्ट भगवान ने बोला है, और जो भी किसी डिवोटी के द्वारा रिमेम्बर करके लिखा जाता है उसको कहता है स्मृति. Okay. Thank you so much. So we'll stop here. We'll meet next week. Tejas Prabhu, when? Wednesday or Thursday?
Wednesday.
Sorry, we are not able to hear you. Not able to hear you. Okay. क्या है WhatsApp group पे? Wednesday. Okay. So we'll meet next week, Wednesday and Thursday. That is the final now. जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हो. वांछा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्यो वत्स पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय. श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. By the way, next week is what? 27. 27 is a 26, no? 25.